Okay, great. Well, just going to pop you on mute and we'll share the sound. We might get a few latecomers. Let's see. So I'm just going to start standing. Music all right with me over the top? Yeah, great. Okay. So let's begin standing. We're going to take our arms out nice and wide. And if you can turn your palms up and over, we're going to bring our knee in and then take it out. Rotating in and then out. See if you can make that movement a little bit bigger. Mobilize into the hip. And let's release. And do that the other side. Sweeping the knee in and out, just a small movement to begin with. Lengthening up through your posture. And gradually making the movement bigger. Mobilize the hip. We're going to bend the legs, place our hands onto our knees, and we're going to circle down and around. Down and around. And reverse, down and around. Got creaky knees on this side of the screen. Let's go reverse again. Pulling the joints. And back the other way. And one more time. And then taking the feet wider. Hands on the hip. And we're going to circle around the back to the front. Sort of lean in the upper body. Nice big circle with the hips. And then back in the opposite direction. And if you could do that twice more. So last one. And then have you got a stick there or a band? And we'll use it to mobilize our shoulders. Great. We're going to take the stick down behind, touch the back, touch down in front. Breathing in, breathing out. Adding some rise onto the tiptoes to warm up the calves. Going to rise onto the tiptoes and then rock back and balance on the heels. So tiptoes, balance. Do that twice more. And then we're going to pause with the stick overhead, bring the hands in a little bit, taking the feet just slightly wider. Softening the knees so we kind of sit down into it, let the tailbone hang loose. Relax the shoulders, pull in the belly button and the pelvic floor as we lean. Move to the center. And let's do the same on the other side. And move to the center. Breathe. Use this as your breathing space today. And can you go a little bit further? Warmer. One more each side. And final one. The stick overhead, we're going to bring the knee towards the arm and stay nice and upright in your body. Pointy toes as you lift the knee. Think of lengthening through your posture. A little bit more height. Warming up into the hip. Last one each side. And releasing back down. Okay, great. I'm going to go a little bit wider. So feet wider than the hips. That's it. We're going to bend the knee. Let the bar hang low. And then picking the bar up. And then low. That's it. And coming up. As you go down, push your bottom back. Push your knee out towards your smaller toe side. And do it again. Sink the hips down, push the knee out, 2, 3. I'm going to push the bar up and then drop. 2, 3, push the bar up, and then drop. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Can you do one more each side? Chin the ground now. And final one. Walking the feet a little closer together. We're going to tiptoe, push the bar away, and turn. You stay on your tiptoes, look behind you, move to the center, bring the bar to the chest as you lower your feet. And push the bar away, and turn, look behind, move to the middle, and back down. Let's do that again. Hold rise, rotate, look behind, and to the middle. Can you go a little bit further? Back, center, down. A bit further, each one now. Relax that for way round. Squeeze your ankle bones towards each other. Fine moving. Last one. Look behind. Move to the center and relax off. Okay, well done. So let's come down onto the mat. Lying down onto your back. Tuck the knees up to the chest, tap down, try to get your bottom off the floor. Point your toes as you do it, that's it. And either sticking with this level or next level, we'll come up, feet are slightly off the ground, and then we roll again. So hovered off the ground, and when you go into that hovered position, try and lift your chest, so you're elongating the posture. So lifting the breastbone each time. Breathe out as you roll. More advanced, we stay with a hover and extend, so we're in a V shape like this. So choose your level, 1, 2, or 3. And can you do that 4 more times? Last couple. And final one. Ooh, getting warmer. So can we turn over onto our front next? Have the hands just slightly wider than the shoulders. Weight your hip bones down into the ground. You can point your toes quite firmly and press your pubic bone down and then release. Just do that again. So point your toes. So there's tension through the legs, squeeze the buttock muscles, and then release. Just do that one more time. Point, tense the buttocks, now push the ground away as we move to cobra. Notice, where is your shoulder posture? Let's come down. Often when we've been doing lots of desk work, we tend to sort of let the shoulders ride up. We to work at consciously pressing the blades down on the cobras. Going to inhale and hold at the top, check on the posture, and exhale as we come back down. If your back's happy today, you might want to go a little bit further. Chin up, eye gaze up to the ceiling. Do that twice more, pushing the ground away. So final one. All right, let's release. And then having a meet up here in our downward dog. So if you can lift your tailbone up into the air, press your heels down, press your heels out, breathe deeply. So we're just going to transfer our body weight over to one leg, like this, wrapping the foot around. And then tiptoe balance. Tiptoe on the other side, wrapping around the back, dropping the heel down. Let's do that again. Tiptoe, switch to the other side, dropping the heel down. Breathe. And just do that one more time. So tiptoe, drop. And then if you can take a walk with your feet, through your hands, and let's do some core work. Okay, are we nice and warm? Yeah, all right. So, fingertips to the curve of the back. And do a scissor action. So if you can pull your belly button in to activate your core as you bring one knee up and down. Can you keep good pressure on your hands? Level 1. For level 2s, we're going to come up like this. So we've got that good pressure on the hands, pointing the toes, one leg is lifting as the other leg is lowering. Breathing in for 2 and out for 2. Level 3s, we do it with a straight leg, pointy toes. So choose your level, make sure it's challenging you, but so that you've got a good form in your lower back. Last couple. And then from there, if you can bend your knees, we're just going to keep hold of one knee, extend the other leg away long like this. And then we'll use this hand to pull the leg across. We're going to take the foot away from us, press the knee down. Can you leave this arm trailing back behind? We're going to look over that shoulder. Can you press your blade down? And just notice where you're feeling the stretch. Apply a bit of pressure to the knee. Deep breath. Alrighty, so sacroiliac stretch. Let's give that a go on the other side. Common sight of tension around the lower back, especially when we're doing lots of desk work or out on long walks or runs. So pressing the knee down. What feels doable today? We'll turn the head, look towards the back arm, pressing the back shoulder down. Breathe. Eye gaze turning to look over that shoulder. Breathe into your belly. Alrighty, so we roll to the center. We're going to pop the hands just here. Use that to rock ourselves up to a seated position. Let's go wide with our feet next. Now, you might want to pop a cushion or a wedge or something just underneath you, especially if it's difficult to sit up straight. I know years ago for me it was tricky to hold an upright posture here, but we're going to have flexed feet when we're in the lean, or we're going to do pointy toes when we're upright like this. So you can park your hands here, pull your shoulders towards each other, and we're going to lean off to one side with a foot flex, bringing this arm over by the ear. Holding for a few seconds, and then pointy toes, flex, lean. So reaching the hands towards the foot. We'll have different leg lengths and different flexibility. So find whatever you can grab hold of. If it's the shin, or the ankle, or the toes, you choose. Level 2s on this today. We're going to scoop this arm. We're going to go further over, holding onto the foot. Find your level. Third level, bringing the ear and the knee to say hello to each other. We're going to do that 4 more times. See if you can go just a little bit further if that feels appropriate today. Can you do 2 more? And last one. Alrighty, let's give the legs a bit of a shake out. I'm going to pop onto our front next. Stretch out through our quads. So we take hold of the foot, heel towards the bottom. We can push the hips into the floor. Now you can either do a single leg one or get hold of both of the feet, pressing your pubic bone down to protect your back. Second level. So we're going to squeeze the heels towards the bottom, push the hips forward into the floor. So you're applying pressure down into the ground. Alrighty, let's release. So you can either do single leg on the other side or double leg again, adding a third layer in for tougher option. Notice the knees are apart now and I'm lifting my thighs off the ground, straightening the arms, squeezing the bottom, lifting the chest. If the back feels a bit vulnerable, drop down a level, hold, breathe. And let's release off. We're going to come up to all fours and do some work for our arms and our upper body. So the hands just slightly wider than the chest, pulling the belly button in. Can we let the chest lead the way? And we're going to do that again. And we drop down and lift. Now you can either stick with the knee where it is, or you can take the knee a bit further back, but try to lead from the chest rather than the hip. For next level, more advanced, we do it here from the toes, avoiding overarching in the lower back, keeping the shoulders pressed down away from the ears. Last couple, breathe. So final one. And then from there, we're going to open our knees, sit back into a groin stretch. So if you park your elbows down here, open the knees wider, toes are together, and then pushing the bottom backwards towards the heels like that. Now notice my feet are starting to turn out, opening the knees a bit wider. It's a good look, this one. And then just pushing the bottom back, really getting a good old stretch into the groin. Notice my back is arched rather than rounded. That's it, so try and open your chest, eye gazes forward. Breathe. Alrighty, and then coming back in. Now as promised, we're going to do a bit of foam rolling on the quads. So if you bring your roller underneath you, we'll do this one, then we'll have a little breather for some water. So if you go into a plank position with the roller just on above the top of your knees. That's it. And then we're going to walk backwards, just sort of giving into a bit of gravity with the legs. The first few rolls are generally fairly unpleasant. It's a love-hate relationship with foam rolling, but you do learn to love your roller. They love your back. And then over time, once you've got used to doing the double leg, and to be honest, the double leg can be enough for months and months, but as you kind of work on it over time, you can intensify it by bringing one leg over the other like this and sort of stripping down the muscle. But to begin with, most people find that a bit too much, so stick with the double leg if that feels like enough. So we do the same on the other side. Try and come up towards your hip when you're at the top, and then to the kneecap when you come down the other way. Keeping the belly button pulled in, so there's some core support throughout. Let's just do that one more time. So very much like a deep tissue massage for the thighs. Alrighty, so let's release, and we're going to come up to standing. We'll need a stick, have a drink, and we're going to work on some lunge technique to iron out our hip flexors. So use the session to have a good top up on water, especially if you're on a bit of catch up throughout the day. Okay, so good to do if you've been sitting at a desk a lot today. Take a nice big stride, wearing up through our hips, wriggling the back foot away. Bring one elbow up, knuckles and lower back together as you come down. Breathe, hold. Now just pushing the back of the head into the stick, and then straightening out through the front leg, fully straighten, and let's repeat. So bending down into the front knee. Now, can we aim this top elbow up towards the ceiling there? Squaring the hip bones up. Breathe. And straightening out through the front leg. Let's do that one more time. So keep squaring up the hips as you come down, leaning the head back into the stick. And then let's straighten out through the front leg. And we're going to turn our toes so they face front. We're going to see if we can lean forward, keeping the stick attached to our head, our shoulders, and our tailbone, pushing the body weight back into our heels. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees and come back up. Okay, so let's release, swap the arms. We can turn our toes. So we're now lining up for the lunge position on this leg. Bringing the bottom hand there into the curve of your back. That's it. Pull your lower back into your knuckles as you come down. Nice stretch if you've been doing lots of walking or running. Good for ironing out our tension in our hip flexors, so coming back up. And let's do that again. Bending the front knee fully, squaring up the hips. We aim that top elbow up towards the ceiling. Breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth, straightening the front leg. And let's do that one more time. Coming down, breathe. And again, deep breath. Straightening the front leg. So I'm going to turn, so toes forwards, and we're going to lean. Bringing the body weight back into the heels, and we'll keep the stick attached to the head, shoulders, tailbone. We're going to soften the knees as we come back up. Alrighty, from there, we're going to turn our heels inwards and bring the stick around in front. So feet just slightly wider than our hips, but not too wide. Come in a little bit. That's it. We're going to plie down, bend the knees. So we want the knees aimed out towards the smaller toes. Let's do that again. So a bit of ballet. We're going to tuck the bottom under as we come down. Think posture, so lengthening through the crown of the head. And do it again. Press the knees out, hold. Press the heels down as we come up. Pulling on the stick, the next level, like you're trying to pull it apart. And release. Let's do that again. So down, pull, 2, 3, and back up. Next level, we come up over the top of the head, pull, 2, 3, release. Do it again, coming down, pull, 2, 3, 2 more. And final one. Alrighty, good job. So have a breather, have some more fluid. So let's keep topped up. I'm going to give the thighs a good old stretch again. We're good to get a couple of sets in. Parking the stick just behind the back. Use that to monitor posture as we go into standing basic quad stretch. So heel towards the bottom, pushing the hip bones forwards. Now if you've got good positioning, the thighs are together and your heel is on your bottom, first level, either sticking with that or next level, can we get our upper body to go horizontal? Lifting the thigh bone, and that's horizontal too. Well, third level, notice now I'm pushing the foot up, straightening the arm, Get some height on that leg. Ooh, wobbling optional. So the aim is to transition with control. Let's give that a go on the other side. So to begin with, thighs together. Can you touch your heel onto your bottom? Use your eyes. Look at something still. Push your hips forwards. Breathe. So level 2. Can we lean? Use your eyes. Look at something still. Now the foot we're stood on, where the pressure is in the big toe joint, can make a difference. Because often that big toe joint will lift and have a little wobble around. So have a little chat with it. Third level, straightening the arm. Getting a bit more height on the leg. Breathe. Let's release and give the legs a shake. Okay, well done. I'm going to try that again one more time each side. So, finding the foot, heel towards the bottom, lean. How's the balance? Look at something still. Level 3, we had some lift and height. Transitioning with control. Let's give that a go on the other side when you're ready. Knees together, heel towards the bottom, push the hips forwards. In the lean. Mentally clearing the thoughts. Find being in the zone. Clearing the head mentally really helps with our balance training. Vice versa. Alrighty, so let's release. Give the legs a shake. And let's have another swig of water, keep topped up. Okay, so I'm going to move down onto our back now. If you want to, you can add a weight into this one. We're going to do some curls. So we'll be seated. First level. If it's tricky to get up and down off the floor, hooking a band under the feet. Roll down and up. Level 2, we do it like this, hands free. Third level, bringing a weight in with the arms back by the ears, touching down over the top of the head. So choose your level, inhaling on the lower, exhaling on the left. Keeping the eye gaze to the ceiling on the movement works really well for the head positioning. Behind you when you're down, up to the ceiling, and then straight forward when you're seated. Helps to guide the head position. And do that 4 more times. Exhaling, lifting. Inhaling and lowering. So 3 more. And we got 2 more in there. Final one. On the last one, I'm going to come back up, crisscross through the legs, and aim to get sat upright on our sitting bones, and then bringing the arms up and back by the ears, spreading out the hands. I'm going quite wide with the hands, palms down, holding in that reach position, chin to chest. Breathe. Nudging the fingers just a bit further forwards. Breathe. And again, just that little bit further forwards. And release. We're going to slide our hands back in. And then if we swap the leg, so we've got the other one like that over the top. If it troubles the knees at all to be cross-legged, you can always park your feet wide. So let's bring the arms back. Go wide again with the hands reaching the fingers forward like you're reaching for the skirting board. Chin down, breathe. Keep nudging your fingers forwards, breathe. Using this time as your evening breathing space. Deep breath again. Alrighty, let's come down onto our back, feet flat, and we're going to take our arms over the top of the head as we do a double leg raise today. So if you can do a lift with both your legs, feet close in for first level. So really for first level, my knees are fairly close to the chest and then feet are close to the bottom. And at the same time, we're going to take the arms overhead as we tap down. So the thumbs hit the floor at the same time as the toes. So a bit of coordination. Thumbs hit the floor at the same time as the toes. And then a big circle with the arms. The next level, notice my feet are further up and the feet are landing further away. And it's getting a little bit tougher to maintain that tuck in the lower back. So important that we work safely for the lower back. We've got that little bit of tuck and the back's not just giving into overarch. We're using the muscles of the belly to help control that. For third level, we do it with a much straighter leg. So find the level that works for you. Usually when we're on the edge of our comfort zone, we will get the shakes a little bit. Do it 4 more times. Reaching the toes, reaching the fingers. Breathe. And final one. When you're done there, if you can elongate your whole body and just clasp your fingers like this. Turning the palms out away, little finger edge down to the floor. That's it. Touch the little finger edge down and then just arching your back. Closing your eyes, pointing your toes. Breathing into your belly. Using this time, you time, breathing into your belly. Have some time to feel your body, feel your breath. So from here, we're going to bend through our right leg and cross it over our left like this. So right over left, and then if we pop the hands just here at the back of the thigh, we're going to use our hands to pull that leg towards us as we move into a glute stretch. We'll begin with a basic glute stretch as level 1. Level 2, we're going to interlace the fingers just here around the front of the shin. Just for fun, see if you can get your nose up towards your foot. And touch your nose and your ankle bone together, thereabouts, one to work on. And then level 3, we're going to move the stretch to the outer part of the hip rather than the glute. Taking our opposite hands onto our feet like this. That's it. And then bringing the feet down to the floor. Touch down, you'll need to roll just a little bit. That's it. Bottom leg pushing into the floor, and then the top knee just pushing away just to really give that outer part of the hip a good stretch. If you open your chest as you do it, deep breath. And perhaps closing your eyes and just getting into the feel of the stretch. Alrighty, let's release. Can we give that a go on the other side? So left leggy over the right one. Hands at the back of the thigh here. That's it. So pull, use the elbow to push outwards. That's it. Press your shoulders down. Deep breath as you hold. We're pulling in with the hands, but pushing out with the elbow. Next level, we're going to interlace around the front of the shin and then Again, if you like, just for fun, you get your nose somewhere near your ankle bone, or thereabouts, probably optional. And then for level 3, moving to the outer hip, holding on to where the laces are, the edge of the foot, bring both feet to the ground, push the top knee down to the floor, and push the top knee away. So squeeze the shoulders, deep breath. Closing our eyes again, just enjoying that bit of breathing space. Noticing how the two sides of this stretch compare. And then if we find the foam roller again, let's just do a little bit more ironing out with the roll today. So we're going to foam roll the IT band today. So common sight of tension when people do, decent amounts of walking or running. Perks of the job. We're going to straighten out through the bottom leg and bring the top foot over here. So we're down on the elbow here, then we'll use this hand to sort of pivot along. So we're going to give into gravity on the bottom leg and sort of drag it, applying a bit of pressure to the side of the leg. We're going to go to the point where it's now by the side of the knee. Reverse that action, pressing down into the roll and moving over the side of the buttock, the side of the hip. And let's do that again. So dragging that leg, pivoting along with the other hand, noticing where are the tightest spots. And as you down to the side of the knee, and reverse. Again, notice where's the tightest spot for you. Coming back over the side of the buttock, the side of the hip. So now we've sort of identified where the tightest spot is and had a little exploration. I want you to then just dig a bit more deeply into the knottiest spot. It's not always pleasant. If you can just work on that for 30 seconds or so. Pulsing action, a deep tissue massage. With knotty spots and the muscle stayed in contraction phase, it helps to relax the muscle out. Alrighty, let's give that a go on the other side. Often described as good pain. So again, we want to straighten out the bottom leg, elbow down. This foot coming over the top. We nudge our way along, dragging the leg. Down by the side of the knee. Knee bands are a common symptom that can exacerbate runner's knee, so used as rehabilitation exercise for runner's knee, part of a rehabilitation program. Not usually just one thing that fixes it. And then again, as we roll back into the other way, just identifying where's the tight spot. Again, over the side of the buttock, the side of the hip. Dragging action again, pivoting along with the other hand. And again, once you've found that kind of knotty, tighter area, again, just pulsing, being a bit more specific about the area that you massage. Of course, you've really identified a true knotty spot, you can spend a bit more time, 10-15 minutes, just really working on that. Alrighty, so next up we're going to come up to standing and we'll do some stretches for our pecs. Often these muscles get short when we've been doing lots of desk work, so good to counteract that and work on opening the chest muscles. Useful again for rehabilitation of rounded shoulders. We're going to have our fingertips just twizzled backwards. We're going to bend into our front knee. So we're in a lunge position, applying a bit of pressure here against the wall and then turning the head to look behind us. Breathe deeply as you do it. And let's release. Can we inch the fingers up the wall, bend the knee, and think of rotating your chest to look behind you. Breathe. And let's release. Can we go another inch higher up? We're just going to hold it for another 5 seconds, bending into the front knee, pressing the hand against the wall. Sometimes when the pec is tight, we'll feel it down the bicep of the arms. So let's turn around and do that on the other side. So fingertips turn back. We can stride through on the front leg, bending into the front knee, turning so that we look over the shoulder. Breathe. And let's release. Wriggling the fingers up, bend the knee, turn, breathe, pushing the back heel down. Is that back foot parallel to the front foot? We can get a little cheeky calf stretch in there at the same time. Let's release, inch the fingers up the wall, bend through the knee, breathe. Alrighty, let's release. Give the shoulders a little roll out there. And then stretch for our neck. And bring your hand just here. We're going to turn so we sort of look towards the armpit. Slide the hand around the back of the head. And gentle pull. So chin towards the armpit. Breathe. And let's release. Popping the other hand just here. Turn. Chin in. Applying gentle pull at the back of the skull. Relax the other shoulder. Breathe. Alrighty, so some time for some R&R. If you'd like to join me down on your back, we'll do a little visualisation, relaxation. If you can join me with your hands just resting on top of your belly, closing your eyes. Just take a moment to sort of have a little yay me moment, if you like, where you just say to yourself a bit of self-praise really for getting the exercise done, showing up and doing it today, because it's easy not to do it and, you know, make excuses, but have that little yay me moment with yourself. Breathing into your belly. The rising and the falling going on underneath the hands. I want you to take a moment just to look back through your day today and just pick out one mini win of the day. What's been your mini win of the day? head to sink down into the mat. Open your teeth to relax your jaw. Softening your tongue inside of your mouth. Scanning down through all the little muscles in the face. Holding any tension there. Soften that tension. Relaxing the neck, shoulders. Scanning down through the arms, letting go of any grip in the hands. Tuning into the belly rising and falling as you breathe. The muscles around the thighs, around the buttocks. Just going to allow the legs just to flop down, floppy feet hang loose. It's like your legs are sinking into the ground. Could you imagine that you're lying on one of your favorite beaches, just having a little mini holiday? Visualizing the colours of that space, feel of the surroundings, sounds of nature, the sounds going on around you, smells of the space, feel of it, sort of thoughts that run through your head when you're in that favourite place of yours. Reminding yourself that at any moment in time you can choose to mentally be in that space. Back in your happy place. Taking a moment just to appreciate that place. Ready, if you can open your eyes, and we're going to bend our legs, just do a little circle with the wrist to waken ourselves back up, and reversing back in the opposite direction. Righty, so we can roll onto our side, and then when you're ready you can come up. We'll have a little check-in. Just going to stop the share of the sound. We'll have a little chat, see how we're doing. So if you could hit your unmute for me.